Hey guys, it's Sean, Autotopia LA. Man, today we're up to doing something completely different. If you guys have followed the channel at all, if you've seen any of the episodes, you know for the most part, I'm a big resto mod and pro touring guy, but mostly I'm a go fast guy. I like vehicles that move. I like sports cars, I like muscle cars, pro touring, tuner cars. You guys even see behind me here in the middle of getting detailed right now. If you watched last week's episode, you saw me rolling around in the Tantrum Charger doing burnouts at about 70 miles an hour because that's what this car does. But that's not what we're doing today. What are we doing? Well, you guys will see behind me here, 61 bubble top Impala, highly stylized, obviously. This is a lowrider, man. This is a full-blown lowrider. Not only is it a lowrider, it's a very well-known one. This car was designed, built for, and airbrushed by a very famous tattoo artist named Mr. Cartoon. Cartoon built this car a number of years ago, themed after the song Dr. Green Thumb by Cypress Hill. And my client, Hammond Meredith, bought this off of him, stores it here with me. And Hammond's an interesting one, man. This is a guy that if you saw him on the streets, you might think he's a thug, tattooed from head to toe, literally including having his head tattooed. What you wouldn't know about him if you didn't take the time to say hello is that this guy's retired Navy, he's a world-class chef, he's a rancher, spends most of his time in Wyoming, and he's a philanthropist. Him and his friend Jon met in the Pegasus Lowrider Club, both retired Navy, made a choice to start a foundation they call the Sabot Foundation, and Sabot supports wounded combat veterans. Not a bad thing, right, for a guy that looks like a thug. Anyways, I'm honored to have them as clients, becoming friends, and I'm super stoked that they've given me the opportunity to take you guys for a serious walkthrough on Dr. Green Thumb. And then after we do a walkthrough, man, we're gonna get to go do a drive in this car. Now, I've never driven a lowrider in my life, so I gotta admit, man, I have no idea what to expect here. I'm gonna take you for a walkthrough on this car, show you a bunch of the details, and then we're gonna go cruise around in it. I don't even know where we're gonna go, man. I know we're not going to the canyons. We're gonna just go cruise. All right, you guys, let's go for a walkthrough. If you're a car guy at any level, there's Impalas and then there's the bubble top Impala. Obviously, this one's a bubble top. If you don't catch the bubble top, it might be because you're completely blown away by the mix of colors, the depth in the paint on this. There's flake on top of flake on top of flake. Look at all the colors in the roof. You could spend your whole time looking at this car just focused on the roof, and it would probably be satisfying looking at the depth of paint and the articulation in the pinstriping. And then you look at the hood. I mean, my God, you guys, look at this hood. Look at the detail in the airbrush. I don't care whether or not you like the art. I don't care whether or not you're somebody that digs skulls or doesn't. You got to appreciate the art in there. Look at the detail in this. As you go down the whole side of the car, obviously tons of chrome. This is stylized, man. This is the lowrider culture. The chrome, the pinstriping. The wire wheels was something I used to not understand at all, the small little wire wheels, but it's fitting of the style, it's fitting of the culture. Now let's go inside this thing for a second here. One thing you guys will notice is that the ambient lighting in here is green. I love it. Again, on the dash, the pinstriping on the dash. The articulation in this, I mean, this etching, this whole dash. I mean, there's a gauge cluster here, and I gotta be honest, I looked at the gauges a couple times to make sure the temps were good. I looked to make sure there was oil pressure. This car runs very well. And then you just can't help but look around you at this car you're driving. And the funny thing is, again, I'm a performance car guy. This car I drove, I think the fastest I got up to today was about 37 miles per hour. And that's it. This car's about cruising, man. All the chrome, the steering wheel, that steering wheel, how cool is that? The flake green against the chrome everywhere in here. Possibly my favorite part of this car is something you don't even see until you have to pop the trunk and take a look at what's going on back here. So you see there's the hydraulics, there's all the batteries to operate the hydraulics. But then you notice on the underside of the deck lid, there's this beautiful mural. Again, this is airbrushed by Mr. Cartoon, but look at the intricacy in the detail. I don't care whether or not you're pro marijuana, you're totally against it. I'm not asking you about that. What I'm asking you to do is take a look at the art. Take a look at the detail in the art. Really a spectacular car. The engine, it doesn't matter, right? I know it's a small block 350. Who cares what the cam size is? Who cares where it's set? Who cares where the timing's set on it? It's not about that, man. This is about a culture, dude. But here's the part I'm looking forward to. I get to go take this thing for a drive, man. I've never driven a lowrider. I have no idea what to expect, but we're gonna go. You guys ready to go for a ride? Come on, man. All right, you guys. This is just, I can't even explain how cool this is for me. This is not my thing, man. Obviously, guys, I'm not a lowrider guy. It's not where I live at all. I never thought they were cool until I started learning about the culture a little bit. Until I started to learn about how personal each one of these vehicles is to its owners. It's a culture. It's not a thing. It's not a hobby. It's not oh, I got some money, I'll go buy a lowrider. The guys that put the time and energy and money and blood and sweat and tears into these things, man, this ain't just a thing. This is a culture. Anyways, man, we are rolling out of the Autotopia complex in Dr. Green Thumb. Cool, man. Obviously, you guys, lowriders aren't my thing. I never even would have considered a lowrider. But driving this for a few minutes, learning about the culture, the details that are in this, because there's details like crazy, man. I mean, you can see, like, right, I'm fired up about this. There's an ignited passion about a lowrider. Kind of tripping on myself right now, man. So I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I'm having a blast shooting this, man. Okay, that was a blast. That was fun, man. I didn't know what to expect. I honestly had no idea what to expect. It was a blast. Obviously, it's not a performance car. I wasn't looking forward to trying to drive it fast. I hit, I think, 37 miles an hour in this car. Maybe. But what a blast to drive, man. Just fun. And the looks you get from people. I mean, especially I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but like I'm a total white guy driving this thing, right? What a blast to drive this car, man. Just fun. The bounce in the way it rides, you know, it's super stiff and bouncy. Obviously, it's hydraulics. This isn't about performance. This is a culture, man. This is a statement. This is a piece of art rolling down the road. And gotta admit, you know, you see this car driving up, I think probably the last thing some of the people that saw me were expecting was to see, you know, gotta say thanks to Hammond and Jon, the Sabot group. I really appreciate you guys letting me take this car out. Hope you guys had a good time, man. That's it for today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do it, man. And if you like what we're doing, hit the like button. And I love getting comments, so if you have any feedback, please give me some feedback. I like hearing from you guys. It's fun, man. Anyways, we're gonna keep doing what we do, and we'll see you in the next episode. All right, man. Later.